3/4.
So today is the first rehearsal of my piece that I wrote for Project 440 and the Orpheus Chamber Orchestra. And so I'm a little bit nervous, but ultimately excited just to get going with the process, hear what I've written, in the air actually. From the standpoint of a composer, I spend so much time in my own head writing the piece, and so it's a great moment to finally merge with the musicians and hear what they have to say and see what happens from there. The title of my piece for Project 440 is Pendulum IX with the subtitle Machina, Humana. It's basically inspired by the simple swinging motions of pendulums, and often, those simple motions reveal very complex features of movement and gravity and all kinds of forces in nature. So on the one hand, my piece is dealing with this idea of very basic oppositions and swingings of motion, and this subtitle, Machina Humana, deals with a more poetic side of this, which is the alternating between or oscillating between this idea of mechanisms and the human body. The piece deals with this very mechanical type of music, and then a more human or organic, or however I've associated that term to relate to musical sound as well. And these things, just over the course of the piece, either overlap or combine or alternate between one another, and so that was really the spark for making the piece. The piece is never set at the point of first rehearsal. At least that has never been my experience up to this point. In fact, I'd say even after the first performance, there's always things that you discover in the piece, and it takes some time having the piece not only rehearsed a bunch, but then performed a lot, to where things really settle in terms of the successes or maybe certain failures that ultimately can be corrected. And of course, we try and correct as many of those things in the rehearsal process. Working with Orpheus is specifically attractive because of their own process of rehearsing, which is to say all of the members are contributing to the interpretation rather than a conductor who is usually the go-between between the musicians and the composer. So to work directly with them and to hear their ideas about what they think the best way to interpret certain, whether it's a technique, whether it's how a certain passage should flow, it's really part of the excitement of working with them. Carnegie Hall is a very big stage that a lot of people know about, and so to have my music on that stage for the first time is both thrilling and a little terrifying. But working with a group like Orpheus, I think I'm in really good hands. So I'm excited about that part of having a group of committed musicians dedicate themselves to what I hope will be a great night.